The Book of Joseph, Chapter 5, The Holy Espousals. This chapter speaks of the divine selection of Saint Joseph as the worthy spouse of Mary. A virgin was espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. Gospel of St. Luke, chapter 1, verse 27. The fathers and doctors of the Church agree that God Himself predestined and sanctified Saint Joseph, preparing him to be the husband and upholder of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and the father and protector of God the Son, Jesus Christ. Tradition holds that the selection of Joseph as Mary's spouse, preordained by God, was outwardly manifested by the drawing of lots. This recalls the selection of the Apostle Matthias in the New Testament. When the apostles sought a replacement for Judas Iscariot, the one who had betrayed Christ, they gathered, prayed for divine guidance, and drew lots to reveal God's chosen one. And they prayed and said, "Thou, Lord, who knows the hearts of all, show us which of these two men you have chosen." And they drew lots between them, and the lot fell upon Matthias. Acts 1, 24-26. When it came to the selection of Saint Joseph, there were gathered a group of young men of the house of David, Joseph among them, one of whom was to be chosen as the husband of Mary. Per tradition, and the saints and mystics of the Church, to discern a suitable husband for Mary, the high priest Zachary, by divine inspiration, recalled how the Israelites rebelled against Moses and Aaron. To convince the Israelites that Aaron was the chosen high priest, God said to Moses, "Speak to the people of Israel and give them rods, one for each father's house. Write each man's name upon his rod, and write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, and the rod of the man whom I choose shall sprout." Moses spoke to the people of Israel, and all their leaders gave him rods, one for each leader, 12 rods. And behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi had sprouted, and put forth buds, and produced blossoms, and it bore ripe almonds. Numbers 17, 1-23. Using this example, Zachary told each of the men of the house of David to bring a rod with his name engraved on it, and the man whose rod blossomed would be the chosen husband of Mary. The result was part of the fulfillment of the prophecy of Isaiah. "And there shall come forth a rod out of the root of Jesse, and a flower shall rise out of his root, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him." Isaiah 11, 1-5. The event of the selection of Mary's spouse is revealed by Venerable Maria of Agreda, Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich, and servant of God Madre Cecilia Bajage. Agreda tells us, "Among the number was Joseph, for he was one of the descendants of the royal race of David. He was then 33 years of age, handsome and of a pleasing countenance, but also of incomparable modesty, and most saintly in all his inclinations. The Most High spoke to the heart of the high priest, inspiring him to place into the hands of each one of the young men a dry stick, with the command that each ask His Majesty, with a lively faith, to single out the one whom he had chosen as the spouse of Mary. While they were thus engaged in prayer, the staff which Joseph held was seen to blossom, and at the same time a dove of purest white and resplendent with admirable light was seen to descend and rest upon the head of the saint." Blessed Anne Catherine tells us, "As Joseph was about to lay his staff on the altar before the Holy of Holies, a white lily blossomed out of the top. I saw over him an appearance of light, like the Holy Ghost." And finally, Madre Cecilia tells us, "Suddenly, Joseph saw his branch begin to sprout and become bedecked with snow-white blossoms. Everyone around him was soon staring at this miraculous sign. All those present now saw a snow-white dove descend from heaven and settle on the head of Saint Joseph. It was now quite certain that of all the candidates, Joseph was the man of God's choice." Maria of Agreda relates the voice of God in the heart of Joseph, and the entrance of the Blessed Virgin Mary. In the interior of Joseph's heart, God spoke, "Joseph, my servant, Mary shall be thy spouse. Accept her with reverence, for she is acceptable in my eyes, just and most pure in soul and body." Calling her forth for her espousal, the chosen one issued forth like the sun, more resplendent than the moon, and she entered into the presence of all with a countenance more beautiful than that of an angel, incomparable in the charm of her beauty, nobility, and grace. And the priests espoused her to the most chaste and holy of men, Saint Joseph. Her husband, entrusting his heart to her, has an unfailing prize. She brings him good and not evil. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs at the days to come. She opens her mouth in wisdom, and on her tongue is kindly counsel. Many are the women of proven worth, but you have excelled them all. Proverbs 31:10-29.